I still find it hard to make friends in the United States even after living here for so many years. And let me tell you, it's been an interesting journey. A couple of years ago, when I first moved to the United States, I noticed something interesting. Making friends here felt different from what I was used to back home. In my home country, building friendships was just part of our daily routine. But here in the United States, life moves pretty fast, doesn't it? Everyone's is always on the go, and it can be a bit tricky to find these meaningful connections.
In this video, I'm going to talk about why making friends can be hard sometimes, especially if you just moved into a new country.
We would like to invite first-class passengers, business class passengers, and Skywards, Platinum, Gold and Silver card holders to board the aircraft. Thank you for choosing Emirates, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
Let me share a little bit about my own experience with you. When I first arrived in the United States, it felt like I'm stepping into a whole new world. Literally, back home, making friends was like eating a cake. It was just easy and it wasn't hard, and everyone's just friends with everyone. And that's because we have connected communities where everyone knows each other. But here, things are different. I remember feeling a little bit lonely when I first came here, especially during those snowy winter days. The sense of community I was used to was missing, and it took me some time to get used to that. You see, in America, everyone's got their own thing going on. Everyone is just busy. People are busy with work, school, and all sort of commitments. And it's not that they don't want to make friends. It's just because life is so overwhelming and busy sometimes here.
Living here has taught me that loneliness can creep in at any time when you least expect it. But it has also shown me that when you reach out, when you talk to people, they will respond. And as long as you have value of reaching out and making those connections, even in a busy place, a busy country like the United States.
Now, let's talk about the cultural factors at play. In my home country, socializing is deeply rooted in the culture. We have strong relationships where people are always dropping by and visiting each other's and sharing meals with each other's. And they just love doing that, and it makes them happy and joyful. But here in the United States, life moves at a different pace. The hustle and bustle of urban living often leave little to no time for gatherings. Plus the emphasis on individualism. And that means people are prioritizing their own goals and life over social connections. And another factor is the challenge of building trust. In a society where caution is often the norm, it can be hard to open up to new people right away. And this cautious approach can create barriers to forming meaningful friendships. So understanding these cultural differences is key to navigating the friendship landscape in the United States. And it's all about finding a balance between embracing new norms while holding these values that you learned from back home. And now that we've talked about making friends and how it can be tricky in the United States, I want to hear from people on the streets. I want to hear from Americans. I want to hear from the people of the United States. What do they think? What are their thoughts? And do they think making friendship is hard or not? And I just want to pick their brain because I'm not from here and I'm trying to understand how they think about us. So let's go.
Do you think making friends here for international students is hard or not?
I actually think it's very easy. I know right here we're all very compact right here, and I know some of my buddies are on the golfing team, and they're always walking around here, and then we got the volleyball court, and I think it's really easy, and especially in this atmosphere, I think it's really easy to make new friends.
Do you think the cultural differences will affect initiative to reach out to people and ask them to be friends.
I think the culture difference is what bonds the friendship together, and so to speak. So I know when I met Leo and Quinn, we would just talk about like how things are from here to over there, and you'd kind of bond over the differences. If that
Right.
makes sense. I think it's good.
Right. So it's not that hard to make
No.
friends. You just like need to, get out of your comfort zone
Right,
and
right.
ask people to
Yeah.
be friends. Some of them might be rude and say no, but most of the people are nice.
And I
like,
think-
like you.
Yeah, and I think the people who definitely like come over here, overseas, something like that, coming in the country, I think you got to be so open to socialize to make that decision to come here. And on top of that, like you're already gonna be like a friendly guy,
Right.
From my understanding, my experiences. So yeah,
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
No
Do you have something else to say, or do you have any advice for people to go about this?
be social, talk to people, make friends,
Make friends.
make friends.
Social dynamics that shape friendship here in the United States. One thing I mentioned earlier is the concept of individualism. In a culture that celebrates independence and self-reliance, people often prioritize personal goals over social connections. Work culture also plays a significant role. With demanding jobs and busy schedules, finding time for socializing can be a challenge. Many Americans spend long hours at work, and they even work overtime. And that leaves little to no room for any social interactions. And another thing is technology and social media, and that have transformed the way we connect. While these tools offer opportunities for communication, they can also create barriers to meaningful face-to-face interactions. Understanding these social dynamics is crucial for building and maintaining friendships in the United States. It's about finding ways to navigate the complexities of modern life while fostering genuine connections with others. Now, what are the challenges that many people face when they try to make friends? Well, one common thing that I've noticed is finding time to connect with others. The hectic schedules and competing priorities, craving out time for socializing can be a real challenge. Initiating conversations and building trust can also be hard. Breaking the ice and forming meaningful connections require effort and vulnerability, which can be intimidating, especially in a new environment. Common interests and shared experiences often serve as the foundation for friendships. However, in a diverse society like America, finding a friend that shares the same energy can sometimes feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. Despite these challenges, it's important to persevere and remain open to new connections. Building friendships takes time and effort, but the rewards of meaningful relationships are invaluable. And you are not alone in this journey. And by understanding the challenges and actively seeking out opportunities to connect, you can make the genuine friendships that transform your life. Next, let's see the differences in community and support systems between back home and here in the United States. In many cultures, including mine, community support is deeply wanted. It doesn't matter if it's through shared meals, celebrations, or active generosity. People come together to support one another. However, here in the United States, the sense of community can vary depending on the location and the cultural context. While there are close-knit communities in certain areas, others may lack the sense of connectedness. This difference in community dynamics can impact the process of building friendships. In environments where community support is strong, people may find it easier to connect with others and establish meaningful friendships. Understanding these differences can help you navigate the friendship landscape more effectively. And by seeking out communities and support systems that align with your values, with our values, with your interests, and the stuff that you just look for, you can cultivate a sense of belonging and connection. And at the end of this video, I want to tell you that if you are here from a different country. If you live here in the United States from a different country, you started a new life here, you started a new journey, and you don't know how to navigate it. You don't have support systems, you don't have connections. You have to build those connections. And it doesn't matter if you're in your home country or here, the desire for human connection is universal. And by embracing the unique qualities of each environment, we can create fulfilling friendships that transcend cultural boundaries. Thank you.
Started today. Go out there and make you a friend. Go start the change you always want. Go, go.
Go start the change that you always want. Make a friend. Make yourself a friend. Go out there. Reach out. Text people. Call them. Reach out to your old friends, your families, your mutual friends, your online and social media friends. Go out there. Make yourself some friends. It doesn't matter where you are. If you are in the east of the world or the west of the world, America, Africa, Asia, Europe, Australia, everywhere, even Mars in the future, go and make yourself a friend.
Friend, started today. Go, go.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.